So let's talk about cheating in relationships.
Yeah, that's always good for a few laughs and to stir up some controversy. So yeah,
Why is that?
because people don't want to believe me when I tell them the top signs, and they all have to do with the cell phone. I tell them phone face down and a bunch of other things, and they never want to believe me. They want to rationalize their partner's behavior.
People tend to rationalize their partner's behavior when it comes to cheating because they just don't want to believe something so horrific is actually true. So let's enlighten them.
The top signs of cheating all have to do with the cell phone. I mean, granted, there are other signs like losing weight, all of a sudden going to the gym, buying some new clothes, a new watch, new cologne. All these things could be signs of cheating, but by far, it is the cell phone. And I tell people this, I'm going to mention 3 to 5 top signs that you should be looking out for at the cell phone. If you notice this behavior with your partner, you definitely have something to be concerned about. And one red flag by itself, one of these things is not that big of a deal. But you get 2 or more, if you get 3 or possibly 4 or 5 out of 5, my friend, you definitely have something to concern yourself with. So first and foremost, and this isn't not any great order until the last one, of course, the last one, that's the big one. So, but the first one, of course, is phone face down. Now, a lot of people say, no big deal. I want my privacy. I don't want to be bothered. To me, that's a bunch of bullshit. I think that your phone should always be face up. Any kind of situation that I've been in where the phone is face down has always been a bad one. Now, phone face down, and also if your phone is on silent. If that phone isn't ringing, dinging, chiming, and doing a bunch of other shit while that person's with you, and it's face down, 95% chance there's something going on there. Now, also, the next one, is it always out of sight? Do they always keep it in their pocket? Is it in their pocketbook? Do they leave it in their truck or in the car or whatever like that? That's also a huge red flag. Now, another thing is like, do they guard it with their lives? When it goes out of their sight, if it ever does, do they get nervous about it? Because if they do, that's another huge red flag. Now, I just mentioned 4. If you notice this behavior in any one of these, or 2 or more rather, in your partner, I'm telling you have something to worry about. And this is the big one right here. And I'm talking about people who are in committed relationships, marriages, long-term, maybe a couple of months or years, whatever it is. If you don't have access to their phone, if you can't walk over to your partner and say, baby, can I take a look at your phone? And they don't hand it right over to you, huge red flag. And if you don't know their password, who the fuck? Why wouldn't you want, or what's the big deal if your wife or husband knows your password? If you don't know your partner's password, big red flag. And if you don't know your partner's password and they don't hand their phone over to you, like freely and, without any hesitation whatsoever, huge red flag. I tell people this all the time, and I guarantee the comments and everything else are going to blow up with people saying, well, I do this all the time and I'm not cheating and I do that all the time. You know what? There are always going to be exceptions to the rule, of course. But moreover, and I mean 98%, moreover, these are the signs to look out for. Because, again, you've asked me before, where do most affairs start? The workplace. 93% of the affairs start in the workplace, and they're all through texting, WhatsApp, and they all take place on the phone.